Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Everyone, good morning.
And next week is the final week.
Yes. Okay, we will do that discussion later on.
Ma'am,
Let's go ahead
don't
with
tell the
the...
reason. No, let me tell the reason.
Okay, Abhinu, later on, because I have to take the presentations now. So can I go ahead?
Ma'am.
We'll start with, is Kurchi
Mai.
Madhuja anyone here? No,
Ma'am,
Ayushi,
but
you
I
are
am
there. Ayushi, how about you start presenting?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayushi, start. Kaushiki has done it. Kurchi is not here. Madhuja is not here. Parthiv.
Ma'am, yes, I'm here.
Parthiv,
I
you
can
be
show.
ready. Yes, Parthiv, you be
Yes, ma'am.
ready. Ayushi, start. Because as you all are a big section, it will take some time.
Ma'am, those who have faced their presentation, can they leave? They have to stay.
Those who have already presented, I would request you all to wait and see.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Ayushi.
How did you get these templates?
Not a single word now. Start, Ayushi.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me
Yes.
properly? So I have done the project on trade and commerce policies of Shesha Suri. So as we know, Shesha Suri was the founder of the Suri or the Sur dynasty of India, and he was born in 1486 and he died in a very tragic incident of gunpowder explosion in 1545. And he was a very benevolent ruler and a great and excellent administrator of medieval India. And though Shesha Suri ruled for only 5 years, he organized an excellent administrative system. And he was very talented, bold, and a dynamic soldier who rebelled against the Mughal Empire.
Next slide. Please make your presentation compact and present. You need not read all the lines. You can read the main part and then explain it in brief. Yes, continue.
So he built many sarais. He built about 1,700 sarais at every 2 kos, which is about 8 kilometers. And he put in many accommodations in it, and for Hindus and Muslims, as they have many religious customs.
I want to ask you one question here, that what do you think, he made sarais for both Hindus and Muslims. What does it tell about Shesha Suri as a ruler? From this point, what can you tell about Shesha Suri as a ruler?
He took care of all his subjects, and so that there's no fight or rebel against between the people. He gave importance to all the religious. He gave importance to all the religious customs of his people.
Okay, next point.
And he constructed 4 important roads. He repaired the Grand Trunk Road, built a road from Agra to Multan via Burhanpur and Delhi, a road from Multan to Lahore, and a road from Mandu to Agra. And these roads were lined with trees, wells, and rest houses. This is a sarai, and this is the Grand Trunk Road. Shesha introduced the rupiah, a silver coin, which is still used as a currency in India, and also in Indonesia, Maldives, Mauritius, Nepal, Pakistan, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, among other countries. He also issued...
What do you mean by a system of trimetallism?
He used 3 types of metals to denominate all the currencies.
3 types of metals to make the coins, each of a different value. Okay.
Yes. Like he also issued copper coins, which were called dam, half dam, and quarter dam as per denomination. And Shesha ordered the administrative persons and officers to tackle the traders and other travelers in proper way and ordered them not to be very harsh towards them.
Mhm.
And if the traders suffered a loss of life or property, the village headman was asked to present the culprit or to compensate by their own. And he also did not put in too much taxes to attract the traders to India, because as much trade is going on, so the economy will improve.
Mhm.
And to thrive, like trade and commerce can thrive in a country only when there is a peaceful environment. So he kept a strict watch over the Jagirdars lest they should rise in revolt or put up a fight uh, against him in their own regions, falling in unison with unsocial elements. And he also established a very efficient system of spies, and he was one of the first rulers to establish the police department.
Next
And
point.
he
Next
yes
point.
To avoid fraud regarding the weights and measures, Shesha introduced new standard weights and measures which were more dependable and reliable.
Okay, how do you
And
standardized weights and measures are more dependable and reliable?
If you standardize the weights and measures, there will be
You
less
got muted.
frauds, and there can be fake coins in the market, and there can be like the traders will not come much to
If they
India.
standardized.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Generally, money laundering. That's the
Yes.
official one.
Next, 6.
Yes, it is necessary to maintain the law and order to promote trade and commerce activities. So in this regard, Shesha was very strict. Hard steps were taken by him to punish burglars and criminals.
Next point.
And this is a story. So it is a like an example of Shesha's administration, or like we know that he went on personal supervision. So this is an example. So on one such day, so a youth approached him riding a hybrid horse and dressed chicly, and he was also very confident. And however, Shesha fixed a rather low remuneration or salary for him. So the Sufi named Shaikh Khalil interceded on the youth's behalf and said that he deserved a better salary. To defend his decree, the king asked the young man to draw his bow to check his skill, and the fellow couldn't draw it far enough to shoot an arrow. So it implied that either he was too weak or out of practice, or he simply didn't know how to do it. So nevertheless, the Sufi argued that the bow was possibly new and stiff, and that is why it could not be drawn properly. So in response, Shesha ordered his personal bow to be brought. This was soft due to the regular practice, but the man still failed to draw this one. Now the Sufi interceded that his stifling and heavy suit of armor was an impediment to the test. So the king generously allowed another trial without the suit, but he failed yet again. So Shesha doing this be conducted with a view of establishing a candidate's ability and sincerity, and not only will like taking in such a man into the military compromise the cumulative strength of the army, but also put the life of the man into a greater risk than usual.
In the
And the conclusion, yes, and the conclusion is that
we can use this as the conclusion. Thank you. Thank you, Ayushi. Nice story. Absolutely. He had a very good sense of judgment. And just by the appearance, you shouldn't judge anyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Nice way. Good one. Good way to end with the story as well. Next, I would go to Parthiv. You can stop screen share.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you check the chat?
I will check the chat and reply later on. Now, this is not the geography class.
Ma'am, this is the fact number 1.
1 minute. Yeah, Parthiv, after Parthiv, Poojan, be ready. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, we all know that Shesha was the founder of the Sud dynasty. His real name was Farid. He got the name by killing a tiger one-handed. Ma'am, Shershah defeated the Mughal ruler Humayun twice and captured Delhi soon after becoming king, Shershah Suri.
Soon
Ma'am,
after that, he became the Shah of Hindustan.
yes, ma'am. He invented gold and silver coin. The silver coin was called rupiah and the gold was called mohur. So, ma'am, ma'am, this is the Grand Trunk Road which he made. He continued Alauddin Khilji's system of branding horses and maintenance of record of soldiers to check corruptions. Ma'am, he died in a gunpowder explosion in 1545 by trying to capture fort in Bundelkhand. Ma'am, and this is his tomb. Ma'am, my thoughts of his
On his
military administration. Ma'am, I think his military administration was very good because he used to brand horses and he used to pay his subjects daily and maintenance of record his soldier to check corruption. Of these things, I liked his military administration.
Well, Parthiv, there are some certain things that you did not understand. Okay, I do appreciate that you have tried, but the fact is you have to start with a general introduction on Shesha Suri and then select any one thing about administration and go ahead. Now, what you have done is that all your points are like you are telling his life and selecting things and you have made it as a whole. Okay, the thing was to focus on his administration. That is one thing. Okay. Now, my question to you is, you are telling that you appreciate his military administration. Okay, so can you tell me any military policy that he followed should be followed even now?
I think that, ma'am, I think that the military administration he used to pay his subjects daily should be.
So soldiers should be paid properly.
Yes, yes.
So why do you think
Yes.
paying the soldiers properly is important? You can stop screen share. Why do you think paying the soldiers properly is very important? Poojan, start sharing. Okay, why do you think maintaining the concept of Dag, why do you think he adopted Alauddin Khilji's policy of Dag, of branding the horses? Why do you think he did that? How was it helpful? Well, Parthiv, if you put a stamp on the horse, how did it help? Can those horses be stolen?
No, ma'am, the horses can't be stolen.
The horses can't be stolen. Revise and be more clear with the concepts and instructions. Okay, continue, Poojan.
Shesha Suri's administrative divisions and management of his kingdom. He introduced the new currency known as rupiah, which is still India's national currency. He introduced regular postal services. He repaired the Grand Trunk Road, or which is still date known as known as NH Highway 2, National Highway 2 of India. He introduced copper coins. He divided his administration into 3 divisions: Central Department, Circle level, Parganas, villages. Peasants had to pay Jarbina survey charge and Muhasilana tax collection charge. The circles had 47 divisions.
Okay, tell me, what steps did Sher Shah take to make sure that tax collection was done properly?
He told his administrative affairs to be lenient at the time of administrating the land and to be strict at the time of tax collection.
And another point,
Uh,
what kind of documents did he maintain? So that tax collection is very systematic. What documents?
Can I say?
No. What was given to the peasants? You have written the answer. Continue, Poojan, continue.
The land was measured, and for this measurement, Sikandar gauge was used, which was equivalent to 39 inches. The Sikandar gauge was introduced by Sikandar Lodi.
Gauge.
He kept a large standing.
Gauge, that's a measurement. Yes, then he kept
The
a
Sikandar gauge. He kept a large standing army. These policies were not so efficient to be in the administrative constitution of modern day India, but it's still they were one of the most efficient policies in the 15th century. One of the policy or currency that is still used in India is the rupee, which is introduced by Sher Shah Suri. Silver coin is the national currency of India.
okay. One suggestion is maintain a standard font while doing any project. You are take from here and there and don't even change the appearance. Maintain a single handwriting, a single size while you present any document. Even when you are taking something from the net, convert it so that the presentation is proper. That is one thing. Start with an introduction, Poojan. I appreciate the effort, and be more organized. When you're talking about army, then put the points of army under one subheading. Point on trading under subheading. If you do multiple things, make clear subheadings. Thank you, Poojan. Poojan, you said that Sher Shah's policies cannot be applied now, but it was very good back then. So what policy do you think cannot be applied now? One more question. You can stop screen share.
One of the policies, the tax collection of that time.
Of
Tax collection of that.
patta, but now also the peasants are given a proper document. Don't you think the name can be different, the measurement can be different, but don't you think maintaining a proper document is important? You can stop screen.
Yes, okay, ma'am. Oh, ma'am, wait a minute, my computer hanged.
Okay, next, Rongit. Rongit is there? Rongit. Yes, Rongit, are you there? Well, I can't see Rongit, so moving on, Rivan.
Yes, ma'am.
Start sharing.
Okay, ma'am. 1 minute.
Yeah, after Rivan, Rupsha is not there. I cannot see Rupsha. Rupsha, are you there? I cannot see Rupsha. So moving ahead, Rudraksh. Rudraksh, I missed. Yes, I can see. Go ahead.
Sher Shah Suri.
Ma'am, can you please see the chat?
Some of the most important measures taken by Sher Shah to boost the growth of trade and commerce are as follows. Shesha constructed roads and inns for the growth of trade and commerce. And first, when people came, the traders, when they came to trade, the road was rough. They had a very rough journey. They sometimes even ran out of water. So they didn't really have a pleasant time coming to the other kingdom to trade. So to make sure the traders were okay, Shesha constructed roads and inns and even created dhabas where they can eat delicious food, which I love. And one of these, he also made the Grand Trunk Road. I guess. Made the Grand Trunk Road. He also fixed a couple of parts. Shesha fixed the Grand Trunk Road, which was created in the Gupta era, connecting Bengal to Peshawar. Grand Trunk roads were built to promote trade.
But okay, continue.
Sorry, ma'am. And the Grand Trunk Road is still used for transportation in present-day Indian subcontinent, where parts of the road have been widened and included in the national highway system. To make the taxation system simple, he abolished all duties on goods except only two.
Yes.
Only
I have a question, Rivan. Why do you think he wanted to make the tax system simple? You know, if the tax system was complex, he could take money in more cases, but why did he want to abolish those and keep it simple?
Because before Shesha abolished all these tax systems, it was very complex, and sometimes the people lost all of their money for stupid reasons. So Shesha decided to keep it simple so that no one would lose any money. People would only lose money if they did not they did not follow the rules and everything.
And they have to pay a reasonable amount to the government, and something can be kept with them. Will more traders come or less traders come?
More traders will come.
More
because
traders.
it is going to be fair and they're not going to be tricked or anything like that.
Correct. Continue.
The duty of protecting traders and merchants were given to the zamindars or village headmen of the villages. It was said that it was a perfidy to lay hands on dead traders' property in case they died in a village and a zamindar or his officials had to take possession of his belongings. Before Shesha decided to give protection to the traders so that they no dacoits or any people kill the trader and or everything that he was going to sell, the trader was going to sell, didn't get stolen. And even if the zamindar was good and helped the trader in many ways, and the zamindars might even get some rewards or something like that, because that period of time people gave rewards to people who were good, kind-hearted, and always helped whenever they asked for.
And for bad things, there were strict punishments. Okay, next point.
Shesha Suri made many efforts to promote trade and commerce by introducing various new weights and measures. He introduced coins of gold, silver, and copper of uniform standards. So this is another addition to a point that I said before. Shesha, the taxation. Shesha tried to make it way more simple than it was already there. But we do not. I don't think we use this kind of weights and measures. But we still use those copper coins. We still use those silver coins, which are now known as paisa. It's a unit right now. So Shesha was very famous for that.
Yeah, we do the pure silver coin, but then yes, we do it's a silver.
Yes, but there was a shortage of silver. Perhaps the greatest contribution of Shesha was the introduction of a silver rupiah of standard weight. This rupiah was used for several centuries, even after the death of Shesha Suri. Today, the word rupiah is called rupee. The gold coins issued by him were called mohurs, which weighted 169 grams. His copper coins were called dams. Right now, copper coins don't really are not that
They are not
not
getting
that
the
expensive,
market
something like that,
rate.
but if they come from a very old period of time, you can get a lot of money for it. But a single mohr can give you more than 10,000 rupees or something like that, because it is made of
Pure.
solid gold, and it has it has a lot of history behind it, and it weighs 169 grams. We don't really get a lot of stuff like this.
Okay.
Shesha Suri made many. Okay, this is a copy.
This has made many
this
efforts
is
to
a copy.
this. Go to the conclusion quickly.
Shesha Suri's policies were beneficial in improving the infrastructure of his kingdom. He improved the economy by helping fix roads, standardizing weights and measures, decreasing possibility of being cheated during trade. His policies live on as legacy, and some of them are still implemented on India even as the country develops, showing the value of history and nurturing of heritage. The post system was first.
That's it. Thank you. That's an important point. So can you tell me any two policies of him that you think can be helpful even now in a modified way? We can apply that even now. Stop screen share.
Okay, one minute.
Yeah, Rudraksh, be ready to share. I know you're, can you share now? Or should I move to, Rupsha is not here, Shaborni.
Ma'am, can I share?
Yes, you can share. Yes, in the meantime, can Rivan tell me any two policies that you think are still applicable?
Ma'am, Shesha also used a lot of policies
Do you think now also we use standardized coins or we use normal general coins?
we still use standardized coins, that rupee. It's still
Yes,
there. It's
we
used.
use a standardized coin. So this is a very important measure that we are still using. And do you think now also people are trying to build good road networks? Is the government trying to build good roads?
Yes, ma'am, they are trying.
Absolutely.
Of course, they have to try because otherwise the economy will not grow.
It will not grow. Yes, Rudraksh, you can start sharing. Quickly. Yes. Since I cannot see Rupsha and Shaboni, Sanjita, are you there? Be ready.
Yes.
Yes.
Here.
Continue.
Ma'am,
Rudraksh.
can you see my screen?
Yes. Hurry up.
I can scroll to the next one. So
Yes.
ma'am, this is the introduction of the Shesha Suri. Hello everyone, how are you? Ma'am, this is the main part which I want to introduce. This is the introduction. Shesha Suri, born as Farid Khan, was the founder of Suri Empire in India, with its capital in Sasaram in modern day Bihar. His father's name was Hassan Khan Sur and his wife was Rani Shah. He introduced the currency of rupee, an ethnic Pashtun ruler. Shesha Suri took control of the Mughal Empire in 1540. After his accidental death in 1545, his son Islam Shah became his successor. And this is to improve the trade. Number one, in peace, law and order. Trade and commerce can thrive in a country only if there is peaceful environment. Hence, Shesha inflicted several punishment on unsocial elements and men comprising sinful prosperities. He
Next
kept a
point.
strict
Next point.
whatever construction of big roads. In order to connect one part of his empire with the other, he got a network of roads constructed. These roads connected to Sonargaon with Attock, Agra and Chittor, Agra with Deccan and Agra with Multan. Protection of roads. Sheshasuri appointed detectives all through his empire.
Okay,
He was the first
here,
ruler.
Rudraksh, I have a question. Why do you think Sher Shah decided to, employ a very good spy system and detective system in his empire? And why was protecting the roads important? To promote trade and commerce. To promote trade and commerce, why is protecting roads important?
And because the unsocial elements and robbers were strictly dealt with, and there were very robbers going around,
Hmm.
and when the farmers were very scared for the robbers and offense to reduce the minimum.
The farmers were scared, or the traders, the traders were scared of robbers, so that the traders things that they are bringing
Yes,
to
ma'am.
trade,
I mean traders.
yeah, is it good to those things will get stolen?
And for if those thing will be stolen, so Sheshasuri had appointed the detectives
So that it does not get
and the spices.
no harm caused. Okay, Rudraksh, next point.
Yes, ma'am. In incentive to trade, to give incentive to trade, he got good roads constructed. The grand road served the royal path even his day. He planted on both sides of the roads and got the well sunk for drinking water, and he got the travelers' inns constructed on roadsides on several places for the convenience of businessmen where he could safely spend the night. There were separated inns for the Hindus and Muslims. Ma'am, ma'am,
Mhm.
ma'am, can I tell you a fact on this Grand Trunk Road?
Yes, quickly.
Ma'am, we say that Sheshasuri is the builder of the Grand Trunk Road, but he's not, because he planted he want to beautify the Grand Trunk Road by planting trees on both sides, and got the well sunk for the drinking water.
He renovated it.
Yes, true. Land revenue system.
Actually, the Grand Trunk Road was built by Chandragupta Maurya.
Actually, it was built mainly by
Ashoka.
Mauryan reign.
Yes, ma'am. The new land system.
Mm.
He introduced the rovery system, eliminated the mediating landlords. The
Continue.
farmers now had direct link with the government.
That's
He
it.
got the entire land measure.
Todarmal is Akbar's courtier.
Yes. But Todarmal used to work with him also. Then he'll come. Continue.
Ma'am, number one, to make the taxation simple, he abolished all the duties on goods except two. Only goods brought into the country were charged, and the duties lived on the goods which were sold. Number two, the duty of protecting traders and merchants was given to the zamindars or village headmen of the villages. Number 3. Sheshasuri made many efforts to promote trade and commerce by introducing various new weights and measures.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Rudraksh. You can stop screen share. You can add 1 or 2 pictures. Otherwise, the points are all fine. You can stop screen share. I got the point.
Ma'am, this is the last slide. Ma'am, this is only the
One
last
on the
slide, and there is the conclusion.
And 1 on Mohar. Thank you. Thank you. You can stop screen share. You all are sending me the work as well. That's okay. I want you to present a part of it at least. Yes, you stop screen share.
Ma'am, will I tell the conclusion?
It's all right. Thank you, Rudraksh. So next, moving to Sanjita.
Ma'am, will we rejoin?
All not needed since I will have hardly 10 minutes time. So what I will do is after the geography class, I will continue. Sanjita, only
Ma'am, I am here, Saborni.
Shaboni, but let Sanjita present. I did not see you last time.
Okay.
Sanjita,
How long will we come
Last
for
time-
the geography? Means after the geography class?
after the geography class, I'll at least try to take few more of the presentation.
We all have to come.
I'll tell that names. I'll tell few in the geography class. I'll tell the names. Sanjita, why are you not presenting?
Ma'am, I'm doing the class on mobile, so I cannot share
Then
it.
you should have said this before, na? Shaboni,
Yes, ma'am, I sent you a chat also.
you should be prepared. Because this,
Ma'am, I don't have the laptop now. I am in Tripura, that's why I will come soon. Can I share it on Monday?
I don't know. Let's see. Shaboni,
Yes, ma'am.
can you start sharing? Shoptajit, Shirsho, Srihan, Siddharth. I will take your presentation after the geography class.
Okay, ma'am. So we need to rejoin
After the geography class, yes. I'll take.
So I am Shinjana. I will do next day.
Yes, Shinjana on Monday. Shinjana on Monday. Those whose name I cannot take, take it today, definitely on Monday. Yes, please, Shaboni.
Ma'am, will I read the introduction?
In brief, introduce in brief, present. You all are trying to read all the things, but all I would like to see is how you are presenting. Yes.
Shesha, whose real name was Farid, was the son of Hassan Suri, an Afghan Zagirdar or landlord in Sasaram. In 1527, Shesha joined the service of the Mughal ruler, Zahir-ud-Din Babur. So, Shesha defeated Humayun at Chausa in 1539 and later at Kannauj in 1540. Now, he became the Shah of Hindustan. He fixed the Grand Trunk Road, which was first made by the Mauryas. Like Alauddin Khilji, he kept maintenance of the soldiers to prevent corruption. He paid his soldiers with cash regularly. He invented rupiah, a silver coin, which is still India's currency. The peasants were given a document called patta for maintaining the taxation process.
Okay.
He built
Shaboni,
guest
what is the
houses.
importance of the patta? What is what is the importance of this document patta? Shaboni, only please rejoin right away.
Okay.
The rest of you can come in the geography class directly.